Details in Depth is a podcast show that I do twice a month, where we, kind of help entrepreneurs go through this journey of starting a business and then growing from starting a business to entrepreneurship.
Hmm.
Financial strategies for small businesses. What does that mean to you when you hear that?
So the first thing I think about when it comes to like financial strategies for small business owners is making sure, number one, you have your financial systems and your financial foundations set up straight from the beginning. So like maybe the first thing would be to make sure you have a business bank account for you to like run all of your transactions through. So many times when I'll talk to entrepreneurs or small businesses that are just starting out, they're like, oh, well, I'm just starting out, so I don't need a business bank account just yet. I haven't made any money yet, so I don't
Yeah.
really need to set the bank account up. But actually, in the beginning is when you definitely want to have it the most so that you can keep track of how much money you're spending. In the beginning phases, is when you're spending a lot of money trying to get things started up, trying to get materials, trying to see what it is that you're actually about to do. You can probably spend some money trying to get an LLC, all that good stuff. So
Yeah.
we want to make sure that you're keeping your business expenses separate from your personal expenses from the beginning. Because in the
Hmm.
beginning, is when you're spending a lot of money, you want to make sure that you're able to take advantage of those deductions from the money that you're spending when it comes time to actually file your taxes for the first time.
Hmm.
So making sure those foundations and those financial foundations are set up from the beginning is super, super important. Like the second that you start operating as a business, that's when you want to start setting things up and having your foundation straight.
Yeah, that's key because what I've done is I did the same thing that you're saying, but I have separate accounts for separate things.
Yeah.
So, for instance, for the payroll account, I have a payroll account, a tax account. I have the actual business account where the money comes in, and then it's
Hmm.
distributed between those accounts. And then I have my own personal account,
Hmm.
whereas I pay myself.
Yeah.
So I can keep a track of, how much money I'm making, um, and be able to see, this year I made X, Y, and Z. How can I increase that?
Exactly, exactly. And having multiple accounts, that's even better. Like you said, you have your payroll account and you have your tax account and all that good stuff. So having multiple accounts and having things distributed through the different accounts for different reasons is even better. So once you get to that point, that is definitely a good situation to have in place. So that's definitely good for sure.
Uh-huh. So, what is a good way for people to track their finances? What would be a good?
So the most probably common way to do so would be there's a accounting software. If you want to go the software route, QuickBooks would probably be the best way. There is a mobile app you can download to your phone. It's called QuickBooks Self-Employed. It connects directly to your bank account, so it pulls in your transactions automatically, which is another reason why you should have a business bank account. Because if you have an accounting software hooked to your personal account and it's pulling in everything, it's going to make it that much more difficult. So QuickBooks is definitely the way to go if you want to do like the electronic route. I do know that some people also use like an Excel spreadsheets and like do pivot tables and things like that. So if you want to go the Excel route, I would say you can do that as well. Some people are intimidated when it comes to like financial software and
Yeah,
things like that.
yeah.
So, which is understandable if it's something that's foreign to you. I can understand that. So, I would definitely say either go the accounting software route with QuickBooks, or use Microsoft Excel to do some tables and things in there. But really, I would want you to just kind of think about what you're going to do and what you're going to implement and actually participate in, because I'll see people sign up for QuickBooks and then like they never log in, or you log
Yeah.
in like every 3 or 4 months, and it makes it so much harder to do that if you're not actually like actively monitoring it. So if QuickBooks is not the way to go, use and find a way that you're actually going to utilize, like whatever is going to actually work for you, that you're going to participate in. go that route. Don't just sign up for QuickBooks and then you never even log in and now it's December and you're like, oh my God, what do I do?
Right, right. That's one problem that I had first starting out. I didn't keep up with everything through a software system. So when it came time to taxes, everything was everywhere. You think you got all the receipts, and you really don't have all your receipts. So
Yes.
now, now you're trying to do ballpark figures, which is not good,
Yeah.
because now when you go to get a loan or get some other financial assistance, you still got to prove those things. You still got to
Yeah.
prove, the numbers that you have on a paper. So having that financial software and that system in place really brings you to the next level, because now your success is trackable. Your financial success is trackable. So now you know what you need to work on and what you need to improve on.
Exactly, exactly. And having that software is going to be key because you can even look into the software and analyze your expenses and see how much you spend on certain things. So even when it comes to like looking at your business activity, those softwares are really going to be a big help, even aside just for tracking expenses. You can use those numbers to really make business decisions on what you need to cut down on or what you need to increase, or, money gets away from us very, very quickly. So having
Yeah.
that in place to kind of actually see it in black and white is always helpful.
So what about those people that are looking at their finances and they see money in the bank and they say, I want to buy a new shiny toy to add to my war chest, meaning I want a new camera, I want a new laptop, I want this, I want that. You're making all of these improvements to the business because it seems as though you have the capital to do so. So what would you say about people trying to just buy all kinds of gadgets for a
I
business
would
that,
say, I would say when it comes to upgrading your business, there's like a time and a place for it.
yeah,
So I know that sometimes people feel like they need to buy a new thing in order to like take their business to the next level. But sometimes, you haven't even utilized what you have yet.
yeah,
So I know people, especially when it comes to like social media, people love to like go out, buy cameras and stands and lenses and to do videos. And I
yeah,
asked them, well, how many videos, have you made using your cell phone? And it's like, not one, zero.
right,
I'm
right,
like, at least you know the ins and outs of your cell phone in order to get it done first. Because the thing with the shiny objects is that once you buy this thing, you have to learn how to use this thing.
right,
And then when there's the learning curve, you're trying to run your business and then you're trying to learn how to, use new softwares and learn how to use new things. And of course, every time you buy something new, there's always some kind of caveat where now I need this. Or I
yeah,
bought the new camera, now I need a new lens. Now I need
yeah,
a tripod. Now I need a ring light. Now I need this. It's always something else that you need once you buy one thing. So I would say max out on what you have first before you go buying a new thing. Like getting in the routine of recording videos on your phone and then get the camera because you're already in the routine of using the phone. So, but if you've never recorded a video a day in your life, I would not suggest you go out and buy a camera because that's not going to make you record the video. The camera
yeah,
will then just sit and collect dust. Same thing with computers. I know we all like to get the new MacBooks, MacBook Pro, and all this other stuff, but if your computer that you have works now fine and there's
right.
no actual need for it,
Mhm.
then it's just spending extra money for no reason. I would rather you take that money and invest it into your business for something that's going to produce some sort of income.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, unless there's a need for it, I say upgrade. Of course, you want to level up, but you have to start at the level that you're on first. Like buying the new thing is not going to make you a better business owner. You already have to be executing before you buy the new thing.
Mm, that's true. That's a true
Yeah.
statement. And now since we kind of like talking and touching on finances and buying new gadgets and new things that sometimes you may not even need,
Yeah.
what do you think about, streamlining? Can you speak on
Oh,
streamlining as it pertains to a business?
I always like to automate as much as possible when it comes to business. As solopreneurs, you're only one person for the most part when you're first starting out. So you can't be involved in every single thing that's going on with your business at all times, because eventually you're going to become the bottleneck of your business. So I like to streamline as much as possible. So even as it relates to whatever you do, as far as like buying from you, having a website of some sort or a landing page, or setting up a Square site so someone can like just click and purchase and then keep it moving. Even if you're providing a service, having a booking site, letting them go on the booking site, choosing the service, choose the time, pay you through the booking site. So by the time they get to you, they're ready to roll. But if every single time someone wants to do business with you or have some kind of service with you, they have to talk to you first. If you are, you have to be there at every single touch point in the business, you are the person that you're going to get overwhelmed, because people are going to be asking about, well, explain your service. How much does it cost? How do I book you? Well, what time are you free? Well, how about this time? Well, can I pay you this week? So it diminishes a whole lot of back and forth when you streamline your services, when you streamline your business, when you have systems in place that take care of things as much as possible. Even having like a page for frequently asked questions. As business owners, we get the same questions over and over.
Right.
What do you do? How much does it cost? How do I book you? What's your refund policy? All of these things. So even things that you get asked all the time, just having that on like a website and say, here are the frequently asked questions, so that they don't have to come to you for every single question. So I'm all about systems for sure, as much as possible and as much as you can implement. And a lot of time the systems don't even really cost much,
Right.
As far as booking sites, they have like free options on booking sites. You can create landing pages with different email marketing subscriptions, even as it relates to getting paid. Payment processors and things like that don't cost you up front. It does cost you on the back end, but you don't have to pay to sign up for it. So a lot of things, they have a lot of free services out there that'll help you, that you don't have to spend money on either in the beginning.
That's good. I mean, I remember when I first was starting off and I wanted to take credit cards, but I was looking at the fees that was coming out of the credit cards. So I was like, I don't know if I want to do that, because I don't know if I want to take on a burden of fees. But then I looked at it as, are you trying to stay small? Or are you trying to really grow a business that can sustain and operate on its own? So I just made the steps to put in my business solely credit card transactions, and it works out extremely well. It helps you track the money financially, and cash could get lost. Or you get the cash, you spend it, you get it, you spend it, and then next thing you know, at the end of the week, you're like, well, what happened to all of the money? At the end of the month, what happened to all of the money? And you spent it, you
exactly, like
every dollar you were spending it.
Cash gets away so fast. And even you want to remove any potential barriers that people have to book you. So if you only take cash, that might be a potential barrier that will block someone from booking with you. People like to book fast, and they like to book easy. They like convenience. So if they could just click a button, pay, and keep it moving, you got it. But we have to, I gotta go to the bank, I gotta get cash, and I gotta break it down to pay you. I mean, who carries cash?
So, too many steps. It's too many steps.
Too many steps. If I have to do too many things to buy from you, I'm gonna have to go to somebody else. Like, I need to get what I need to get quickly, easily, and the less resistance that people have as far as purchasing from you, the more people you'll get. So like having those frequently asked questions and having information available, having your packages displayed, with prices, if it's something that's not customized, like having all of that public and displayed and making it as easy as possible for people to pay you, that's going to make your life and their life much easier.
Yeah. So in conclusion, when it comes to your finances, what would you say to a new business or a business that's established but can't quite get over the financial hump, can't quite get over that financial burden? So in closing, what would you say to those individuals?
So the first thing I would say is to make sure you have all your financial foundations in place. Make sure you have your business bank account. Make sure you're tracking your expenses some sort of way. Make sure you have a payment processor set up that's not Cash App, like a true payment processor, like Square, Stripe, anything else that's not Cash App, because you want to be legitimate, and making sure that you have systems in place. So number one, making sure you have your foundations in place, because you might be spending more time doing administrative things than running your business. So have those things set up so you won't spend extra time doing admin stuff. Then really take a look at your offers to see how you can maximize. So if your people are booking you, but you just kind of not really seeing where the money is going, number one, see how you can maximize what you're offering right now. If you're offering a service, maybe try to bundle some services. If you're offering a one-time service, have a package that allows people to book you for multiple services at one time. See how you can expand your offerings to get a bigger income at one time. So I would do that first. Then take a look at those expenses to see where you can cut back. We all spend money on things that we don't need, like at every single level.
Yeah.
Like we all have things that we can cut back on if that in the event that we need to. So take a look at those expenses to see where you can cut back. Look at the subscriptions for sure, because those subscriptions, that's $5 a month, $10 a month, $15 a month. Like you could really be spending hundreds of dollars in subscriptions each month and not even realize it until you look at it in entirety. So look at those expenses to make sure that you can see if there's somewhere you can cut back. Look at those expenses. There's always somewhere you can cut back. See where you can increase your income as well. And then look and see if you look at your personal budget as well. Because many times our businesses will be doing great and we're pulling so much money out of our business to spend on personal items. And we don't realize how our personal budget really affects the business as well. Because if we're pulling all the business money out to spend on personal things, then our business is never going to get a chance to grow. So making sure you have your personal budget in line so that you're not overspending in your personal life, so that you don't have to pull so much money out of your business. And then just, stay the course. It takes time. I know that things kind of look so easy, once you start a business, then, in a month, you're going to be a millionaire. And it's like, set realistic expectations for yourself. Right. Don't go in it just trying to be a millionaire and trying to get to your first six figures. Just focus on making one sale first. Right. And then once you do that, just figure out how to duplicate it and duplicate it and duplicate it again. So have realistic expectations, be consistent, and just really just like take your time. When it comes to tax season, hire someone to do your taxes, especially right now during this COVID era. There's stimulus checks being released. There's grant money. There's, the PPP loans and all this good stuff going out, paperwork going everywhere in the mail. So talk to a tax preparer to see, your best situation for your tax situation, and see if they can, help you get those deductions. If you're qualifying for a refund, making sure all of that's good to go. So, and tracking those expenses is really going to help you when it comes to tax time. So don't overlook that. So make sure you're talking to a tax preparer to see how you can maximize on all your deductions. People kind of let that part fall by the wayside, but it's very, very important.
Okay. So how could they find you? How can they reach you?
So I am on Instagram. The Instagram handle is Business and Beyond with the _ on the end. You can email me at jennifer@businessandbeyond.net. And in my website is www.businessandbeyond.net as well. So I'm on Instagram pretty frequently, so you can always send a DM. And then I also have a YouTube channel. If you go to my Instagram, it'll link you to my YouTube channel. So pretty accessible. If anyone has any questions, I'll be more than happy to kind of help you along your way, and we can go from there.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on the show. And
absolutely. Thank you for having me.
You gave some great pointers, great advice, and I could tell that experience is pouring out of you when you speak.
I've been in
So,
finance for a long time. I've been taking accounting classes since I was in high school. So it's been a long time coming. So I
okay,
think I know my stuff. If anyone needs help, I'll be more than happy to help them.
okay, no problem. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, talk to you soon.
Alrighty, bye-bye.
All right.